know what today's feast is all about. It seems as though it should be, and it certainly is, a great celebration of a gift from God. It's a great celebration of God's initiative, not just in the life of an individual, but in the world. And it is. There's no question about that. But it's more than just God's initiative that we celebrate today. It is also Mary's perfect response. You know, I was thinking about it. I have no evidence that this is true. As a matter of fact, you know, there's no reason to assume it. But imagine that over the course of the centuries before Mary, that God had given the gift of the Immaculate Conception to any number of women in history. And they received that gift that gave them a head start in following God's law. They did not even have that kind of primal urge to disobey God. And yet they never seized that gift. They were never able to remain faithful, even with that great head start. And imagine that Mary was the first one who received that gift, who so perfectly responded. It's a possibility. It's an important thing to think about because the gift is a powerful thing and a wonderful thing. But the gift without a response dies. It's just empty, falls to the ground. Any human gift that we give to someone else, if they refuse to open it or they just bring it immediately to Goodwill, it does not have any impact as a gift. It's the gift that is open and carefully cherished and becomes useful in someone's life. And that's what Mary did. She had this gift of God, of loving him with all her heart. And she chose, through her free will as a human being, to take that gift and to give praise to God each day of her life. May it be done to me according to your word. My soul magnifies the Lord. My soul exalts the God who has so gifted me. What a tremendous thing for us to meditate on as we celebrate the Feast of the Immaculate Conception. Because while it's true that none of us in the room were gifted the same way that Mary was, we weren't called to do the same thing that Mary was called to do. But each and every one of us in our life, in one way or another, in many ways perhaps, have been gifted by God, have been blessed, have been deeply blessed, some of us. Some of us have been blessed with gifts of the mind. Some of us have been blessed with gifts of the heart. Some of us have been blessed with wonderful gifts of creativity. They have the potential of making people's lives better and of even changing the world. Some of us are blessed with gifts that are really spectacular. The gift of children that are placed in our arms, to whom we give birth, or who we adopt, or who we have an opportunity to help to raise during our lives. These are all special gifts of God, given to each one of us uniquely. Some of us, it's the gift of a vocation, the gift of the ability to bring forth the Eucharist at the table of the altar. And God is to be celebrated in his great generosity and his great gifts. But the celebration is only falls flat or is only partial if the person who receives that gift does not take it and cherish it. It looks upon it as some special communion between themselves and their Creator and Sustainer, who can look at the gift, however it may seem in anyone else's eyes, the gift that God has given to them uniquely, and to say, I have been blessed. To say with Mary, my soul magnifies the Lord. And then to take that gift and to do something special with it. Blessed Teresa, after whom this parish is named, had a little phrase that she used frequently. And her idea was that each and every day I look around and I find the gifts that God has given me. And I say to myself, how can I make something beautiful for God this day with the gift that he has given me? Mary took the extraordinary gift of her Immaculate Conception, her gift from God. And in her total response to it, her response and that gift changed the world and changed all of us. And so, my brothers and sisters, this day, perhaps we can all, as we celebrate in the most perfect way we can the Feast of the Immaculate Conception, can look at the gifts that God has uniquely given you and me, and can say to ourselves and before him, how can I make of this something beautiful to the honor